triple-doubles. She's got 8. King has 7.
ACC play begins today. The full slate rolls on as we tip off in Blacksburg. Kevin DiDomenico and Mac McCarthy with you. Pitt will start with possession. Marley Washenitz, 5'7", sophomore guard, slices in. Jumper from the lefty off to the left. Amoore corrals early foul.
Now, Washington's not a big scorer, but does a little bit of everything. The hardest worker on this Pittsburgh team.
First team foul.
Yeah, she's been really impressive. 30 minutes a game. You see the Tech starting 5. Similar group.
A couple surprise starters for Pitt, but for Virginia Tech, their regular lineup.
More on that in a moment. Kitley working inside with 12. Bread and butter just out. King offensive board. Deep 3. Amoore off to the left. No score yet.
Hokies are a whole lot more three-point centric than Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's going to attack off the dribble and try to get the ball inside.
There's the Pitt starting lineup as it deflects out. Bella Perkins is back in that lineup. She was day-to-day with a shoulder. And there's the man that leads Virginia Tech. It's Kenny Brooks, 8th season at Virginia Tech, 7 straight winning seasons coming off that historic season for the Hokies.
This gets better every year. You don't do that in coaching. I tried.
Short corner jumper, and Tech strikes first. It's Liz Kitley.
I said in the open, we talk about her a lot, but again, I don't know if you can talk about her too much with all the things that she does.
It's incredible. You're right. A 2-time ACC Player of the Year. She's gunning for a 3rd. That's Perkins. Whistled for the walk.
Now, Bella Perkins went to high school in Virginia. I'm sure this is a big game for her. Went to USC, transferred to Pittsburgh.
Perkins, went to Paul VI.
Gatorade Player of the Year in Virginia.
A powerhouse, by the way, Paul VI. Inside, Amoore for a pair.
Amoore, Kitley, 2 apiece. Are you surprised?
Hey, that's just how we drew it up. Through the open, at least. Underneath, and Pitt can't strike back. It's Kitley with the board.
Lauren Rust, the freshman, getting a start. That's a pretty big start on the road against the 2-time ACC Player of the Year. Big assignment for Lauren Rust.
Matlida Ekh, a deep 3 is down. 7-0 Hokies starting hot offensively.
Matlida Ekh is so good. The transfer from Michigan State can shoot the daylights out. Fits really well with this team.
Played 2 years there, averaged 11.5 a game, and that's stolen away by the Hokies.
Hokies off to a good start. They had 2 games in a row where they didn't get off to a great start.
Blocking foul against Pittsburgh. That was Ekh tumbling down into Rust as we get a look at Torrey Verdi in his first season, hired back on April 7th of this year. That is a quick turnaround. He spent 7 seasons at UMass, led them to 128 wins. He's turned around 2 programs, Eastern Michigan and UMass. More on that later. Trying to turn around this Pitt program as well.
Trying to put his stamp on this program, wants them to be really aggressive. Obviously, they're a good rebounding team.
You see the double team on Kitley, and it works that time. Jump ball.
You got to pick your poison with Kitley. She's a good enough passer to find the open player, but if you don't double team her, she's almost unstoppable. Interesting that Pitt has gone to the double team here early.
Pitt, one thing that Verdi talked about, they need general consistency on the defensive end. They'll look for that today, and they find some success there. Now in transition, Washenitz has it stolen away by Amoore. Hokies in transition. Georgia, fancy for Ekh. Kitley, they draw 2. Whistle.
Kitley gets so much attention. Almost never gets to play one-on-one, to be honest. Somebody is always helping, if not complete double teaming.
How about that?
A little mustard on that pass.
Kitley's open. Amoore lets it fly, and that's down.
Inside out, one of the best ways to shoot a high percentage from three-point land is get the ball in, kick it out to an open shooter.
All Hokies offensively letting it fly on both ends.
Welcome to the University of
The accomplishment breaking the record for the most rebounds in the ACC, passing the former Hokie. How about this? I mean, adds to her incredible resume.
She really is special. And we talk about Kenny Brooks' program getting better every year. Liz Kitley has gotten better every year. She adds to that skill set and just dominates. Two-time ACC Player of the Year. And ironically, she breaks Reagan McGarrity's record, another Hokie.
Pitt's going to start with the basketball. Haven't had much offensive or defensive consistency to start. This is Lauren Russ, the freshman, working on Kitley.
First time King has touched the basketball that I can remember.
Working down low.
Good job by Rose Mishaw.
With 8, King. Nice D. Mishaw is whistled.
Yeah, and that's the danger that King represents right there. She can get you in foul trouble in a hurry, and she just keeps on banging in there.
So Pitt a chance to score their first couple of points of the game. King's a 75% free throw shooter. She does a whole lot more than that, though. Third in the ACC in points per game.
She's 10th. In the ACC, you see her right at the top of the league everywhere. 10th in the country in double-doubles, 11th in field goals made. And she plays over 35 minutes a game, number 24 in minutes played in the country. Little press action here for Coach Verdi's Panthers.
Washington's working on Amoore there. As scrappy as they come, Coach Verdi said she competes like nobody else on this team.
And he's seen enough of the man-to-man. Let's try a little 2-3 zone.
Another rebound. This time it's Mishaw for a pair.
Rose Mishaw still finding her way in this offense, and she's a talented player, the transfer from Minnesota.
These scores for Pittsburgh, too, getting their first touches late. That was Aislinn Malcolm. Haven't seen a ton of her. Trying to work down low to King. It's poked away.
Mishaw knocked that away, kept the ball out of King's hands.
Boy, Pitt's MO is their ability to rebound. Haven't done a whole lot of that so far. And another TO. Ball back to the Hokies. Erin Battle comes in, the freshman from Sewell, New Jersey, along with Gabby Hutcherson.
A couple of regular starters right there. Still experimenting with that lineup, Coach Verdi is.
That's right, that's the freshman and the senior, respectively. And looks like they're shifting into a zone.
Played 2-3 zone out of that press last time.
Trying to find a rebound. Pitt can't. It's back to Virginia Tech.
Second chances usually come back to haunt you.
Runner drops.
And it does again.
Now Malcolm in transition.
Malcolm is kind of a persistent driver, but she's a really good three-point shooter.
Yeah, she came off the bench last year, averaging 3.1 points per game. Yeah. This year has had to take such a bigger role, and that's a consistent thing with Pitt offensively.
Yeah, and she's shooting the ball from 45% out there, 42 even last year.
That's right. Deep three, Malcolm, no. Called in by King. Foul on Amoore. That's one thing we talked about pregame. Pitt, if they're able to get these Hokies in foul trouble, could pose issues for Virginia Tech.
If I'm Kenny Brooks, foul trouble is the thing that worries me most against this team. They drive the ball hard. They rebound the ball hard. Got to stay out of foul trouble if you're Virginia Tech. Of course, Kenny Brooks has been used to that. He's got a little more depth this year than he's had in the past. But, of course, Kitley and Amoore need to stay on the floor.
They get Erin Battle with the traveling violation. That's the second called on Pittsburgh. And been a whole lot of turnovers, missed shots for Pitt. 0 for 4 so far from the field.
Yeah, Pitt's turned the basketball over a lot this season. They do share the basketball good, but they really have struggled shooting the basketball. Only 63s. Virginia Tech's made 110.
Another offensive board, Mac. Stoppage.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you play 2-3 zone, no really good man-to-man block-out responsibilities.
And Tech's had some open looks on either wing. Gonna keep it here. King to inbound.
I'm assuming this is a clock issue.
All right, another look at that last play here. We're eyeing the shot clock. Game clock, yeah. Okay, so they're trying to see if it hit the rim or not.
Should not have restarted.
Nice catch by the officials. Mark Resch, Brandon Enterline, Erica Harriman. Air ball from Kitley. Here come the Panthers.
Big mismatch down low right now.
Stolen
Good
away
pressure by
Tech.
Samuel.
Olivia Samuel, grad student. Kitley inside, fading away. Short, hauled in by Washinitz, who had a whole lot of those boards in her last game. She's all over for Pitt. This is Malcolm spinning against Amoore, and a 2 for Pittsburgh, their first field goal of the game.
Yeah, and you usually think of Malcolm shooting the basketball, but again, we talk about her being kind of a persistent driver, just kind of mechanically gets in there, and that time made the finish.
Last game played 37 minutes. They've needed a lot of production out of her. Amoore deep 3. Yes! 17-3.
You kind of pick your poison, whether you play man-to-man or zone, because Virginia Tech can really shoot the basketball and shoot the ball from deep.
This hand so far from Tech. Defensively, that's poked away again by Samuel down there, and even better defense that time. Stolen away by Virginia Tech. Hit another turnover.
Pittsburgh now with 7 turnovers already.
Samuel, why not, from the free throw line.
Sometimes when you hesitate, it doesn't go well. That time Samuel knocked the 15-footer down, the Wake Forest transfer.
All Tech to open ACC play, early going in Blacksburg.
Passing down a legacy that lasts forever starts with the things you do for your children today. The time is now to act on your love. Connect with an agent who can help you secure a life insurance policy.
Coming up after our game here at 4 p.m. on the ACC Network, our New Year's Eve quadruple header rolls on with number 19 ranked Louisville taking on Miami as we cap the day with number 3 NC State at Virginia. And we wish, of course, everyone a Happy New Year. Virginia Tech enjoying their New Year's so far.
A big crowd here, too, today, Kevin. New Year's Eve afternoon, and this place is packed.
No students, mostly no students here, and the community showed out in a big way, as is Tech's offense. Pitt trying to get it going. Can't there. Straightaway 3 came from Jayla Jordan, the grad student from Philly, on her 4th school. More on that later. There's a drop off for Kitley. Jump ball, nice defense.
Jayla Jordan, the grad student.
Later can be now.
Coach Verdi said she can be dominant at times, just not consistent.
So Jayla Jordan went to West Virginia her freshman year, transferred to Auburn, 3 seasons there. Last year played at Seton Hall, was a key part of all these teams, playing her final year of eligibility at Pittsburgh. Close to home-ish from Philly.
The transfer portal. Giveth and take it away.
Triple. No. Offensive board, Aaron Battle, the freshman, who is tenacious as described by Tori Verdi. Here's a jumper. It's good. Short corner from Gabby Hutcherson.
Hutcherson, a starter a year ago, Ohio State transfer. Real vocal leader. Hadn't played as much this season.
She was the number 12 recruit in the country out of high school. Long triple from Amoore, and that's been the story. Another offensive board creates an opportunity. Tipped out and to Pitt. Crowd doesn't love it, neither does King.
The officials are losing the popular vote here today. On that call
Good
anyway.
way to describe it. Tori Verdi, what does he need to do? And this, what's the message, I guess, at the break to turn things around for his offense and defense?
Yeah, right now they just have to keep plugging. Virginia Tech's off to a decent start, but Pitt has struggled on the offensive end most of the year, and those struggles continue, especially turning the basketball over. Empty possessions will really haunt you.
Talked about silver linings in their offensive game, right? They rebound the ball pretty well. That's a nice move from Malcolm up and under, blocked by Samuel. And here comes Tech. Open look, 3-ball, good. That's Baker.
You know, sometimes you want a player to touch the ball a couple times before they shoot it. Not with Karis Baker. Not with Karis Baker. Just catch it and shoot it.
Response is off. All Virginia Tech, and chance to possibly go 2 for 1. Baker to King. Tic-tac, no toe.
Offensive rebound again.
That's been the story of the first quarter for Virginia Tech. In fact, dominant in every fashion. King will try one. Contact, won't get a call again. 9 seconds. Pitt trying to find a bucket, not there. Half-court heave, no. And that's how we'll end the first quarter.
Those are 2 really bad numbers.
Story of the first quarter. See if the tide changes in the second. And
Kevin Hutcherson with the blocked shot, blocked Clara Strack's jump shot. I don't think Strack expected her to contest that.
Collision down there, too. This wasn't a foul call. That was just deflected off of Virginia Tech. So it's Pitt basketball. Got to get her going if you're Pittsburgh. Liatu King. 20 points per game. Instead, it's the freshman Battle who misses off to the left.
Coming off a really good game against Lemoyne where she had 17 points and 6 rebounds on Thursday.
Played 40 minutes. Another player who stepped up huge as a freshman. There's King with momentum and a pair.
Yeah, King showed you how physical she was. She just shoved Carly Winslow out of the way and laid it up in transition. Really good play by King.
Tori Verdi said in our call earlier this week, they've been trying to put size on her because she's able to back down defenders often. Amoore misfires, and it's pulled in by King. So Pitt starting to find that middle ground here.
Amoore missed that shot, but off to a good start with 10 points already.
There's a triple and a response from Pittsburgh. That's Gabby Hutcherson. Yeah, she has 5.
She can face up. It's only her 5th 3 of the year.
A 5-0 run and a response from the Panthers. On the road, Kitley high to low. Strack just misses.
Hutcherson again contesting Strack's shot. Strack, the freshman, really a talented freshman, guarding King on the other end too. It's a big assignment for the freshman Clara Strack.
Battle on the dribble drive, kicks to King. Pull up Jay. Yes, gets the roll.
Yeah, she's good from the mid-range. Better drive into the hole, but she can certainly make that 15-footer. Crowd gets involved here on a Blacksburg afternoon.
Who's going to have the response? Amoore with 15. Strack high to low. This is Kitley, the 2-time ACC Player of the Year. Can't get that one to go.
Point blank, Liz Kitley 1 for 6 on the night now.
Talked about it during the break. Pitt, to an extent, has been able to shut down her, but it's other players, the supporting cast for Tech that's pitched in early. This is King trying to keep things rolling. She does, and the lead is cut to single digits.
Yeah, that's a tough guard right there. There's Strack.
But she's so good, too, because of how versatile she is, right?
Oh, yeah, she really is. She's a tough guard for anybody.
Yeah. 8-point lead for Tech. It's all Pittsburgh in quarter 2.
Pittsburgh got out of that 2-3 zone. They've gone back to the man-to-man this quarter.
Triple Wenzel off the mark. It's King again who pulls it down.
Pittsburgh with a little run of their own here.
King. Offensive foul.
Yeah, that time Strack stayed in a good legal guarding stance. And See if the Hokies can break that 9-0 run. You see Strack, King backing her down, just uses that arm too much. They're going to call that when you extend that arm.
Shaw comes in for Virginia Tech. Meanwhile, King's coming off that game against Lemoyne where she played just 12 minutes. Capitalized with 12 points. Looking for more today. This is Kitley who's looking for more. It's off the back iron. Hauled in by Washington's 5'7" guard who competes like no other. 2021 Gatorade Player of the Year from Fairmont High School. Working in that far corner, top of your screen. This is Battle, the freshman. To Hutcherson, looking for another triple. Hauled in by the freshman. Battle, kicked away by King.
Good contesting that offensive rebound right there. Off Virginia Tech.
So Water finding its level, a 9-0 Pittsburgh run. Panthers 6-7. Again, Tory Verdi's looking for consistency out of his group. Nice hands from Amoore. And defensively to find out their identity. And so far in the second quarter, they have.
Yeah, they've been better on the defensive end, contested shots. And, of course, King got going a little bit offensively. Hutcherson steps out and makes a three.
This is Hutcherson again. Drives to the left, off the mark. Nice D from Tech. Defensive struggles. And their ACC ranks, that's off to the left. And it's been tough going. They did hold Lemoyne to 39 points, silver lining in their month of December. But other than that,
yeah, in particular, they've had trouble guarding the three-point line. And that's the way this game started, too.
Kitley fadeaway. Washington's again. Whistle.
Nice job by King. Bodying up, forcing Kitley to fall away a little more than she wanted to.
Feels like Marley Washington so far has been just about everywhere for Pittsburgh. Last game played 36 minutes. This is a crazy stat line. 4 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 blocks. One of 6 players to do that in Pittsburgh basketball, women's basketball history.
Yeah, in the last 15 years or something, 6 players have done that. That's unbelievable.
Headed the other way. She's 5'7". Again, Tory Verdi said, I wish I had every player I've ever coached to compete like Marley Washington's. Tech yet to score in the second quarter.
A lot of physicality down low, doing a good job of taking Kitley out of her path to the ball.
Amoore to King, strong off the back iron. And here comes Battle. Erin Battle initially committed to UMass. She came over with Tory Verdi, who was there at the time. Here's Bella Perkins slicing inside, loses it, headed the other way.
We have an official timeout on the floor.
Pitt fires a punch right back. 9-0 run to start quarter 2.
It's a great time.
Number 2 in blue has gotten going. Tail of 2 quarters, making our jobs easy. It is, how about that? 2 for 11 in the first quarter. Well, we've seen Virginia Tech do this in the past, right? Against William and Mary.
Yeah, struggled to start the game. And they're 0 for 9. They were 0 for 10. Samuel gets the rebound, but also 0 for 4 from 3 after going 4 for 10 for 3 in the first quarter.
10-point lead again for Virginia Tech. Give and go, Washington works it to Perkins. Scoreless so far. Inside, easy 2 for King, who got open on that play for Pittsburgh. Back to 8.
Yeah, Kenny Brooks is trying different combinations on King. He's tried Mishaw, Clara Strack, Samuel's back in.
Jumper, and Kitley gets going with a pair.
Little set play right there to pop Kitley back instead of cutting through. to try to get a post up, she pops back and shoots that little 15-footer that she's very good at.
Perkins dices her way in, can't finish. Here comes Amoore, pushes with Liatu King. They're a show when they're in transition. Now it's Ekh. Straightaway three is short.
Made the extra pass, got the wide open shot, but Pittsburgh comes up with a miss.
Keep an eye on Bella Perkins, by the way. We talked about it earlier. She was day-to-day with a shoulder injury. It's that right shoulder, and she's wearing something to protect it to an extent. That black sleeve. There's a steal from Amoore. It's a 3-on-2 for Tech. Amoore, King, Ekh. Baseline drive, and one.
She's really shown an ability to, when people come running at her, to put it on the floor and get to the rim and either get fouled or a high percentage look, or both, as in this case.
Another look. Which transfer is going to step up? That's kind of been the story throughout Tech's season. And Matlida Ekh with a couple of nice plays early.
She's been the most consistent of the transfers in terms of performance.
From Michigan State, played a couple of seasons there. Finishes the N1. Trying to respond from a 1-for-8 performance from the floor that last game. Had a few points. So far, she's doing so, and she can shoot it from outside. 39% from deep at Michigan State, 34% so far this year at Tech. High to low, jumper Hutcherson. Offensive board King, but a whistle, and they're going to get Liatu King.
That's right over the top of the defender right there, but picks up the foul herself.
Third team foul.
Liatu King, such a complete player. 22 blocks so far this year. Up there in the ACC ranks and checks out. It's a different team when she's on the floor. Of course, Pitt trying to get some of their other players back from injury. They just got Bella Perkins back. There's Liatu King with a straightaway three. Gets the roll. And when Tech's getting rolls from deep, all bets are off.
It's a beautiful play. They pop Kitley to the top and have her do a sort of a handoff to King coming around her. Got wide open again for Liatu King.
So many weapons from deep. It's Liatu King, the one to strike there. Nice hands and defense from Virginia Tech. Hutcherson, who's been an offensive threat thus far, misfires. Where's this going? It's going to stick around with Pittsburgh. All right, so Virginia Tech, after the media, they come back and fire with a run of their own. Relinquished a 9-0 run to start quarter two.
Yeah, got things sorted out on the offensive end a little bit.
Approaching halftime, Tech Pitt, one of many games going on right now in the ACC. Our first full slate. Pitt's got to get one up. It's Perkins. No good. Washington gets the board, sticks with Pitt. That's why she's so good, slicing, dicing everywhere on the court.
Yeah, she just pursues the basketball. Even if the offensive end, she's in there scrapping.
Another player who's had to step up big this year, right? Last year played just 14.5 minutes a game, averaged 3.5 points per game. Last game played 36 minutes, so.
Yeah, and did play more as the season went on last year as she got her legs under. Just a freshman a year ago, as you mentioned.
58 assists this year, leads the team. This is Bella Perkins with a long three that catches nothing. Headed the other way with 1:09 to go in half one.
Bella Perkins hunts those shots, especially threes. Really a talented shooter, really energetic player.
Played out in Southern Cal to start her career.
Yeah.
Different climate.
Lindsey Gottlieb's first signee at Southern Cal.
Kitley backing down, putting the moves down low, and finishes. That was on Lauren Rust.
Rust, the Canadian freshman. Got a little more time, I think, mainly to play against Kitley. Body up, down low. Tough assignment for the freshman.
Washington, it's the lefty, he can get going. Kicks to Rust, another traveling violation. That's the third called on Pittsburgh today. And the story, too, turnover number 12.
Yeah, cleaned up the turnovers just a little bit. 5 in this quarter. It shows that press back into a 2-3 zone.
Redshirt freshman Carly Wenzel directing traffic. Yeah, they went back to the zone. Tech capitalized from deep when they were in such zone. See if they do again. Corner 3. Wenzel offensive board. And the block goes back to Pittsburgh. Got to get one up. Block on the other end. That was Kitley who got a piece to send us through the half with the Virginia Tech. Just about every offensive category. All right, half 2 coming up. Kevin DiDomenico, Mac McCarthy with you. Happy New Year, everyone, wherever you are celebrating. Happy start of ACC women's basketball.
Or as they said in Trading Places, Merry New Year.
There you go. I've never seen Trading Places.
Oh, my gosh. We have so much work to do.
I was going to say, I just watched Good Will Hunting on repeat. Pitt starts with the basketball. It's King. Go right back to her mid-block. Contact, no call. Mishaw, nice deep.
Really good job by Mishaw. She probably did the best job of anybody against King, just one-on-one in that first half.
Entry, Mishaw on the offensive end. And the lefty doesn't find the touch, but it's Kayla King to clean it up.
That was just a little coaching thing right there. Sometimes you worry about a player on the offensive end like King. One way to get them out of their game sometimes is to attack them on the other end. And I thought that was a nice play by Kenny Brooks coming out of the half.
And a nice play by Aislinn Malcolm to respond with an and one opportunity. The 5'10 sophomore from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Malcolm hasn't done what she is known for, which is knock down a 3, but she's got a couple nice drives in this game. Her second field goal.
Malcolm's up to 4 points now.
Averaging 11.
We talked about her earlier in the broadcast, but how much of a stride she's taken over the last year. She did lead the team in three-point percentage just a year ago. You touched on it, 41%. But all ACC freshman. Amoore with space. Runner. No. Mishaw and Kitley there. It's the reigning all ACC player team.
Yeah, Kitley got the basket, but Mishaw made the play. She kept that rebound alive. Kitley came up with it and made the nice finish.
Malcolm falls, and it's taken by Kitley. Nice D by Ekh again. Boy, the Hokies, you got to give them credit. Their ability defensively has been there today. Blocking foul on Pittsburgh. It's King.
Pitt foul number 2, Liatu. Her third personal foul.
Yeah, King a little late to get there. Never in a legal guarding position. Easy call. Sometimes those bang-bang block charges are tough. That one was not.
It's her third. She has to leave. Opens a gaping hole for Matlida Ekh for a pair.
Big smile by Matlida Ekh. She couldn't believe she was that wide open.
Malcolm will try one. This is way off the mark to the left. And it's back in possession of Tech, commanding this one once again, up 21.
Yeah, it just so happened that we had the exact angle looking over that shot, and it was left all the way.
Nice day so far for Matlida Ekh. Now it's Kayla King getting her day going with a triple.
Baseline drive, Georgia Amoore. And how many times do we see the person who makes the basket isn't necessarily the one who made the play?
She's got 8. Tech has 7 triples. It's all Virginia Tech on the year. Do it. Offensively, defensively, dominant against Pittsburgh so far.
Yeah, doing everything right, even when they miss a shot to get the offensive rebound. And the occasional wide open pass to the basket. Of course, Georgia Amoore doing Georgia Amoore things, finding Kayla King wide open on the baseline drive.
How about this run? 17-3 since Pitt fought their way back into this one. Remember, they were scoreless up until that point in quarter 2.
We've talked to Kenny Brooks about the embarrassment of riches he has from a shooting standpoint. Liatu King with the answer out of the timeout. Nice job by Tory Verdi.
Yeah, so many threats for Virginia Tech, right? Of course, Amoore, Kitley King. The addition of Matlida Ekh, so huge. It's changed almost the identity of this team a little bit.
Yeah, they are a completely different team without Traylor and Soul and Greg from last year.
This is way deep from King. No problem for Kayla.
No panic.
Big smile.
Shot clock running down. Everybody stay calm.
Response is down. That's Aislinn Malcolm for a pair.
It's a nice little mid-range shot. She's got all their points this half.
She averages 11 a game. And a sophomore who's been so big coming back from a quieter freshman year, Hutcherson.
Washington's doing a good job taking the ball from Wenzel.
Pitt's going to keep it right off of Wenzel's left foot.
That's what Coach Verdi was talking about with Washington. It doesn't matter what the score is, what the situation is. Washington is going to be scrapping.
And she split time last year at the one guard. At 16 starts. It's so much more than just a point guard. Washington's triple. Kitley's there. In transition. Wenzel. Nice in. Now it's King. Nice ball movement from Tech. Double team. It's Washington's with the steal. Her second. Here she is in transition. A triple left wing. That's short. Shooting the basketball, Pittsburgh, there just hasn't been much consistency for the Panthers.
No, and again, they've struggled from long range anyway on both ends of the floor, and it's showing up here again this afternoon in Blacksburg.
32% from the floor for Pittsburgh. 10 for 31. This is a team that averages just under 70 points per game. Kitley, a nice spin move. That's Hutcherson with the board. That's 14th in the ACC for Pittsburgh.
Checking in for your Hokies.
12th in the ACC in field goal percentage, 42%. So, again, just struggling shooting the basketball, and they find a lot more of their points inside. The further you get out, the more they're going to struggle.
Yeah, and that's why Coach emphasized, Coach Verdi talked so much about we need to play downhill all the time, whether it's offensive rebound or driving it to the basket.
Checking in for Pitt, number 1.
Yeah, he talked about in our call earlier this week the higher percentage chance of making those layups over jump shots.
Also more likely to get fouled.
And they have the cast to bang it inside a little bit. Liatu King's been leading charge there. Ekh working away inside. It's Wenzel with the three. Tech keeps it rolling from beyond the arc. There is.
There's so many weapons again for Kenny Brooks on that offensive end.
This move, Washington, stop and go. High off the glass, doesn't hit the rim. Virginia Tech so far starting ACC play with a bang and a whistle of foul on Pittsburgh.
The three amigos for Virginia Tech returning from a year ago. We've talked about Kitley, we've talked about Amoore, and now we definitely will talk about Kitley King and her shooting of the basketball from long range.
Excellent personalities. I mean, that's another thing. And roommates, nonetheless. Good stuff there.
The queens of Castle.
And the podcast.
Literally and figuratively,
Yeah.
I think. And they both could do our job, but we can't do their
no
job.
doubt about it. Maybe at some point they will.
Olivia Samuel with a good start out of the timeout against the zone.
Pitt's going to shoot. I think this is Washington's, yeah. Or excuse me, this is Bella Perkins who's going to go to the line.
To the line, number 10, Bella Perkins, shooting 2.
See Bella Perkins, you see the wrap on her right shoulder. She missed the game against Lemoyne.
80% from the line this year. By the way, Saturday afternoon right here on ACC Network, we'll have our first basketball triple header of the new year. Virginia takes on NC State to start us off at 2 Eastern. Then Florida State hosts Virginia Tech. And finally, number 16, Duke and Notre Dame square off in South Bend. Should be a great afternoon of hoops on ACC Network.
Hoop season on the men's side is off to just a crazy start.
Oh, yeah. That's a triple from Amoore, and it's down. Per usual for Georgia Amoore.
That's a nice play against his own. Little penetration, quick reversal, and a wide open 3 by Amoore.
It is the time, right, men's and women's on both sides, to kind of figure out your identity as a team before conference play as we really ramp things up in January. I think Tech's figuring out a whole lot today.
Yeah, one thing we know for sure about the women's basketball side is there are a bunch of national contenders in this league.
It wasn't like that maybe 5 years ago, 4 years ago even. Tech the first team to get into that Final Four since 2016 last year.
And I think the big thing has been just the depth. There's just so many good teams, not just a couple at the very top. The league really goes 8, 9, 10 deep with teams that can be NCAA tournament teams.
King trying to keep it rolling. That's strong. Tech 9 threes so far today, 9 for 21. There you see with the graphic that's about to come up how many competitors we have in this league. Tech right in the thick of things. NC State, a surprising team too.
Yeah, 9 teams in the top 50 already. Syracuse is leading today. Again, we talked about NC State. Maybe the national surprise. Wes Moore went from being 100 to the 100, and I'm sure he's not liking that.
They'll get Virginia tonight at 6.
Coach Mox at Virginia. They've had a lot of injuries, a lot of talent, but a lot of injuries in Charlottesville.
I'll write the ship down in Charlottesville. Of course, so far, Florida State knocked off Wake Forest, UNC over Clemson. No tight ones. Looking forward to Louisville and Miami. That'll tip off in about 45 minutes Eastern. To the top 6 teams, at least preseason rankings in the conference. There's Liz again.
Yeah. Again, and through all that contact, she always keeps her composure.
Malcolm and one opportunity. Her second.
Malcolm's really done a nice job off the dribble. He hasn't been able to find the range from outside the arc, but she's gone to another part of her game. Like you mentioned, averages 11 points a game.
Aislinn Malcolm, an 81% free throw shooter, back to the line.
Chance to get to double figures here.
Can't do it, whistle, and they will get Battle on the foul.
Battle, her first personal foul, 4th team foul.
Now that freshman, Camden Catholic.
Back to Kitley real quick, though. Year after year, for a player like that, after you get those accolades, it gets harder and harder because these teams are keying on you. Even if it's a Pitt, they're going to double team you. They are going to give you their best, and that's why it's so impressive what she does game in, game out, year in, year out. Look at that. She's getting double teamed off the ball.
Yeah, constantly having to reinvent herself and expand her skill set.
Baker, her second triple.
I think when she touches it, everybody kind of, holds their breath, anticipating that it's going to go in.
How about the Hokies from deep?
Daughter of Vin Baker.
2 for 2 from beyond the arc today. Jayla Jordan with 9. This is Perkins. Back to Jordan. Straightaway 3. is pulled down by Samuel and a whistle and another foul called. They get Ayodele. Another look at this dish from Amoore. Boy, she makes it look pretty, huh?
Creates the help. How many times has she drawn the defense just a little bit in her direction, leaving somebody wide open?
That's assist number 3 for Georgia Amoore. She's leading the team. She tied with Kitley King there.
And she's capable of the spectacular, but the little things like that are what just amazes me.
And that relationship right there is so important between head coach Kenny Brooks and Georgia. We were at shoot-around today, and you can just tell it's leader and head coach. There's just a clear structure there.
Kenny Brooks, mini-me.
Yeah. I think she posted that. Mini-me. I think the word special is overused a lot with teams, but it is really special what Tech has between their head coach and their team. So they had all the success last year, almost unspoken communication at this point. Malcolm Long, too, who's become kind of a silver lining for Pittsburgh offensively so far. She's got 9.
Amoore that time trying to throw the skip pass to Baker in the corner, just lost it.
Liatu King.
King back in. Again, she's playing with 3. Fouls, that is.
She's had an okay game, 13 points and 3, she got actually 11 points and 4 rebounds, but she hasn't been the dominant part of the offense. And right there you see the talent of Bella Perkins.
Shot the most threes on the team so far today. Gets her first one to fall, 1 for 4 now. And she's got 4. Bella Perkins trying to get going, coming back after that shoulder injury. It was a big loss for Pittsburgh in the last couple of games. Amoore with 8. Drives in, gets the foul. Will go to the charity stripe for 2.
Yeah, that was a mismatch. You got caught in a switch right there. Pittsburgh does switch a lot on defense. That time, Amoore had the mismatch and was able to get by her man.
Georgia Amoore, shooting 2.
And the 2023 ACC tournament MVP goes to the line.
It helps when your best 2 players shoot 87 and 89 from the free throw line. Amoore with 89, Elizabeth Kitley with 87 from the free throw line. Then King shoots a great percentage, but she doesn't get to shoot very many. She's only 5 for 6 on the season. Amoore goes out to get that little extra rest during this, before the period break coming up.
Wenzel is the substitution, the redshirt freshman from San Antonio, Texas. Kenny Brooks said number 1 in white plays with a confident flair, has incredible range. You can say that about just about anyone on this team.
Yeah, highly recruited out of San Antonio, Texas. Has had some really good games this year, where she can play a couple different positions, play 1, 2, or 3.
This defense by Ekh. Hokies with 6. It's Wenzel driving inside, gets the foul with 1.5 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Smart play by Wenzel that time. Could have kicked it out, was aware of the clock, and goes to the free throw line to basically end the quarter.
To the line, number 1, Carly Wenzel, shooting 2. And checking in for number 13, Lauren Rust.
Rust comes in for Pittsburgh. Wenzel, a player who played at 2 different high schools coming up in San Antonio. Has a brother out west at Wyoming. A shooter as she was recruited out of high school.
Redshirted last year, part of a big freshman class now.
That's right.
Really good class, maybe the best class since Kitley and King came in.
As Virginia Tech heads on to the national stage, it's only going to keep getting better, as this game has for the Hokies, 65-20. Amoore leading the way with 15. Dishes to a double-team Kitley. A wide-open Ekh. Yes! Time and time again. That's how it works. The open player is Ekh.
And if you're Pittsburgh, darned if you do and darned if you don't.
Yeah.
Double team, don't double team. It's really very difficult to defend this team.
A lot of teams in the ACC, I think at times, are going to have to bank on Virginia Tech having an off shooting night. And Pitt on the wrong end of that today. Tech's 11 of 24 from deep.
It's a nice aggressive move by Gabby Hutcherson that time, but couldn't finish it.
King can't get the roll. Point blank shot is off the mark. And the Hokies will keep shooting. Remember, they struggled early against William and Mary. And came back 9 for 11 from 3 in the second half. Never out of it. Amoore long 2, yes.
Georgia Amoore.
There's really nothing that she can't do. Mid-range, finish at the rim, obviously the 3. Incredible passer.
Intangibles, leadership on the court, dishes that one to Ekh. Amoore thought that one was in. She turned around.
She ran to the other end.
She does have a little bit of Steph Curry to her, doesn't she?
Oh, no question. That it factor.
Yeah.
Indefinable, but you know it when you see it, right?
Hutcherson, response.
Nice screen right there. Ekh didn't do a good job of sliding through, and Hutcherson with her second 3.
She's got 8 on 2 triples. Talked about her earlier. Played at Ohio State. Worked off the bench for the Buckeyes in both years. Ekh, the pursuit and the finish off the glass.
But again, you have to do a good job of closing out on a shooter like that, and then that opens up opportunities if they can take it and make a good decision going to the basket.
Kitley can't get that one to go. All things considered, Liz Kitley has had a relatively, I guess by her standards, an off day, I should say. 5 for 14 from the floor.
Pedestrian,
10 points.
10 and 7.
We're at official timeout on the floor.
7:13 to go. All Virginia Tech, 72-32.
This difficulty.
Thursday night at 10 Eastern, after our women's basketball doubleheader, the Nothing But Net crew will break down the day in the ACC with highlights and analysis from every women's basketball game and look ahead to the best matchups on the schedule in the coming week. That's coverage you can only find in one place, right here on the ACC Network and the ESPN app.
That's a good crew right there, but Kelly Gramlich is just amazing with her knowledge of the ACC, but that's a really good group. They do a great job.
Hokies getting more and more coverage because of what has happened the last couple of years and their success. Trying to build something back up under Tory Birdie in his first season as head coach. Hired back in April. Ella Perkins rejected by Samuel.
With only 6 on the shot clock, and we are, Kevin, in the Bojangles biscuit warning. 3 points away. Samuel, really nice shot block right there.
That's King with a nice move. She'll head to the line.
Samuel and King have played against each other before. Samuel guarded her last year in a Wake Forest uniform.
So the biscuit warning is of
Virginia
Tech.
We missed the watch, when you get within like 10.
So the warning is more serious, right?
Yeah, more serious. And it looks like it really looks like a mortal lock right here for sure. 7 minutes to go.
Watch out.
Yeah. So a lot of people are anticipating this shot. The last game, Samaya Suffern made bow time clinching free throws under 10 seconds in the game.
Put that under accolades in her bio.
Oh, it's in my notes.
A triple would do it here. Samuel working inside for a pair. The transfer from Wake Forest.
It was a really nice move. Took her time. No rush. She had the advantage.
Entry this time to Hutcherson. It's pulled in by Samuel. You ready?
I think the fans are ready.
Double dribble on Amoore.
Roommates with the turnover. May have been the pressure of the warning. May have been the pressure of the biscuit
I
warning.
said maybe you shouldn't say more to walk. That's number 7 for Virginia Tech turnover-wise.
Yeah, they've done a really nice job of taking care of the basketball. Among the best in the league at taking care of the basketball.
Averaging 11.7 per game.
Yeah, number 12 in the NCAA.
14th in the league. Short corner. Liatu King. She's got 15. Off a screen. Amoore triple off to the left. Transition, and Pitt will lose the basketball. That's another turnover for the Panthers, number 17.
Yeah, they've actually cleaned that up really nicely in the second half.
Yeah. Tory Verdi has a history, though. That's the head coach of Pittsburgh, of turning programs around. We've talked about what he did at Eastern Michigan. Came in his first year with EMU, led them to an 8-22 record. His final year there, they were 22-12. That was back in 2016. Then he got hired by UMass. Went 9-21 his first year with the Minute Women. And then last year, his final year, 27-7. All sorts of program records.
Pretty big turnarounds right there.
So it's the blueprint, right? And he knows how to do it. He knows how to build programs. And he's going to try to do the same with Pittsburgh here this year. And in the coming years, I should say. Amoore, open lane, and one. Coming up. There it is. Biscuits for all.
And you hear the appreciation.
Maybe one of the loudest cheers we've had, and animated cheers at that. And what a way to do it, Georgia Amoore. Count it. Now that's the loudest cheer tonight. She's got 20. Perkins triple right in front of us, and an air ball.
Coach Verdi employing the team to run the offense a little bit.
Drop off, and Tech loses it.
Strike time for the post-to-post pass right there.
So here's Perkins again. All right, something to keep in mind, Virginia Tech, their largest margin of victory in an ACC game is 49. So trying to break some records here today at home in its first ACC matchup. How about King? Liatu, that is. Nice D by Matlida Ekh, who has been locked down today for Tech. Wenzel, yes. Nice move by the redshirt freshman. Perkins, transition, bucket, not there. That's something that Pitt hasn't done at all.
That's kind of how things have gone for Pittsburgh. Do a nice job throwing a long pass, wide open layup, and not to finish.
Matlida Ekh keeps it rolling. What a day for the Michigan State transfer. She's got 16 on her third triple.
She's becoming that third consistent scorer for Virginia Tech.
Something that the Hokies and every team in the ACC will need going forward in a conference play. Watch out when this team's on transition. Amoore slows it down. And Kenny Brooks is going to call a timeout to get players in.
Yeah, just quick turnaround, no timeout.
By the way, coming up after our game here at 4 p.m. on the ACC Network, our New Year's Eve quadruple header goes on with 19th ranked Louisville taking on Miami. And we cap off the day with number 3, NC State at Virginia. We, of course, wish everyone a happy New Year. Any big New Year's plans?
Drive home.
There you go. Bring in 2024. You'll see undefeated teams in all of Division I. Clara Strack for the pair. South Carolina atop all of women's basketball.
Had another dominant win last night at East Carolina, an NCAA team, and they have no mercy. They are so good defensively.
Hokies, meanwhile, next week around this time, take on NC State. That'll be a huge one. First really big one in conference for the Hokies. They've got Wake Forest on Thursday. Before that, that's on the road in Winston-Salem.
To the line for Pitt is number 2, Liatu King.
Yeah, every game now is just really big. You want to win the regular season championship. More than that, everybody is playing for the highest seed that they can get.
We're going to take that next step too in conference, right? Last year, the Hokies went 14-4 in the ACC. Pitt, meanwhile, they'll go back home, take on Notre Dame and Georgia Tech for a pair. Thursday, Sunday matchups. Don't hit the road until they take on Boston College in 2 weeks' time.
The Notre Dame freshman Hidalgo, if you haven't seen her, she is must-see TV. Olivia Miles is out. Citron has been out some. And Notre Dame continues to win. Really doing a good job.
Talk about injuries. I mean, Virginia Tech is a team that can stay healthy. Watch out for similar production last year. And once again, another triple for the Hokies, up to 87. 2:18 to go, a whistle and a foul called on Virginia Tech.
I've seen the freshmen play well. Strack's done a good job. Wenzel's had some big plays. Baker knocking down threes.
All right, so we are on record watch, by the way. This is a 49-point advantage for Virginia Tech. That's their largest margin of victory in the ACC. Liatu King has something to say about it for 2.
Virginia Tech's done a pretty good job, and King's still sitting there with 19 points, 4 rebounds. She's a really good player, but she...
Checking in for Pitt, number 14, Jayla Jordan.
Well, so far this year, now to conference play, she's been able to just get hers no matter what, right? And not only shooting at a high clip, but doing it efficiently, 54% from the floor. Just fit best in the ACC.
Cleanly played fourth quarter because the shots are going in. Yeah. So only the second foul on Pittsburgh.
Tech, for the most part, has emptied the bench. Kitley, Amoore, the roommates both out. This is Liatu King, Matlida Ekh out as well. So Misha with 7. Wenzel has to get one up. The sharpshooter, redshirt freshman, lets it go and connects.
One of those nights. It's hard to believe this is the same team that went 0 for 9 for the first 5 minutes of the second quarter.
Against William and Mary. Or excuse me, that's right. That was today against Pitt. It is hard to believe.
Virginia Tech foul number 12.
All right, so keep an eye. That's a 50-point advantage for the Hokies. And record is 49 in ACC play in terms of margin of victory. So at this point, they've pretty much wrapped it up. Let's put a bow on this, Mac. What has gone well for Tech today?
Well, they've done a lot of defense. Obviously, they can really make shots, and that is so valuable, obviously. I don't mean to understate the fact that scoring is important, but the fact that you make shots opens up so many things inside.
Taking care of the basketball, it's something they've done all season. Just 8 turnovers, average just under 12. Wenzel slashing in, and she gets hit for the foul.
Hokies have 19 assists on those 34 made baskets. Always a high percentage for Kenny Brooks' team. They always share the basketball.
To the line for the Hokies is number 1, Carly Wenzel.
Wenzel in double figures in just 18 minutes, 10 points already.
Averaging 5 a game this year. Misses her first from the line, and Tech misses its first from the line. Now 8 for 9. Here we go. Record on the line for Virginia Tech. Lead is 51. Largest margin of victory, 49 for the Hokies in ACC play. This is Washington's.
Sufford did a nice job of staying in front of her right there. Amore's done a good job against Washington's too in terms of stopping penetration.
Whistle, a foul call. And Raven Boswell will go to the line.
Boswell just got eligible, transfer from Georgia Tech.
Thanks to the new NCAA transfer rules, athletes who transfer more than once can now play, effective now. Play just 1 minute against Lemoyne. Tori Verdi talked about the current state of college basketball. It's tough to keep players nowadays. He said, but we can win big here at some point in his career. He said it's going to take work. And one to forget for Pittsburgh and to learn from today.
I think that's it for the Hokies from a shooting standpoint. Dribble the clock out here.
And so there you go. 91-41 is your final. And Virginia Tech beats Pittsburgh by 50 to open ACC play. It's their largest margin of victory in ACC.